Good morning, Year 2. Welcome to Maths. You did a brilliant job yesterday with those halving activities, splitting things into two equal groups or two equal parts. So today we're going to make things a bit trickier, but before we do, here's a bit of a recap for you. Look at A and then look at B. Can you find half? Look at A and look at B. Can you find half? Start with A. How many will you circle for A? Pause the video if you need time to count. You should be looking at A and thinking, okay, there are 8 here. I need 2 equal groups. And we should have circled 4. If you've circled 4, you have found half. Let's look at B now, a little bit more tricky. Pause the video if you need to. Split B into 2 equal groups. Find half of B. Now I might have to try a couple of attempts with B, if I get my magic pen out. I can see, if I try it here, let's have a look. These 2 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they're not 2 equal parts. How about if I try here? Oh no, I can see straight away that these aren't 2 equal parts. This side's got lots more. Let's think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What if I try it here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great! I can circle this side here. And now I've found half. Excellent! 2 equal groups. We've split them in half. On with today's learning then. If I asked you to colour in half of this shape, this is the activity that we did on Monday. There are lots of different ways we could do it. Here are some examples. I've gone straight down the middle and coloured in this half. I did it again. I went straight down the middle and I coloured in this half. The blue and the white are equal. 2 equal groups. We found half. I could go straight across. I coloured in the top and I coloured in the bottom. On this example, the blue and the white are the same. 2 equal parts, I've coloured in half. The white and the blue are the same. 2 equal parts, I've coloured in half. There were other ways you could do it on Monday as well. From this corner to this corner. The blue and the white are the same. I've coloured in half. 2 equal parts, half. The white and the blue are the same. 2 equal parts, half. And then another example going from the bottom to the top. Blue and white, 2 equal parts are the same. That's half. And then, oh, these 2 are the same. We rotate this. Blue and the white are the same. 2 equal parts, half. You were experts at that on Monday, and that's really going to help today. Let's change the shape from a square to a circle. My first example, I went straight down the middle. I coloured in this side. Blue and white are the same. They are equal. 2 equal parts, half. And the same with this white and the blue. I've still only coloured in half. It's the other half to this example. If I can go straight down, what do you think my next example shows? It goes straight across. Blue and white, 2 equal parts that are the same. I found half. White and blue, 2 equal parts. I found half. With circles, you can actually do it forever and ever to show half. Here are lots of different examples where the blue and the white are the same. 2 equal parts and I found half on all of these. Right, here are some shapes for us to look at. How can I show half? Well, the first one is easy. It's the activity that we did on Monday. I can colour in half just like that. But this shape has more than 2 parts. I can see 4 boxes. Now we've been colouring in 1, but this doesn't show half because the blue and the white are not the same. They are not equal. So what do I need to do to make sure that this shape shows half? Well, I can colour in another box. This shows half. We have 2 equal parts, one here, one blue, one white. It doesn't matter that they've been split as well. This blue section and the white section are the same. Now we can write that in a number format. There are 2 equal parts, and I've coloured in one of them. This is how we write half using numbers. There were 2 equal parts, the blue part and the white part. There were 2 equal parts, and I coloured in one of them. This shows half. 2 equal parts, and I coloured in one of them. 2 equal parts, and I coloured in one of them. These both show half. Let's look at some more examples of this. How can I show half here? I can colour in one of these because I have 2 equal parts and I've coloured in half. But how about this shape? How many parts of this circle would you like me to colour in? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many pieces of the circle do I need to colour in so that it shows half? Remember, half means split into 2 equal parts. This shows half. It doesn't matter about the other lines on the shape. The white and the blue are the same. 2 equal parts, and I coloured in 1. The white is one part, the blue is another part. 2 equal parts, I've coloured in 1, that shows half. You're probably getting experts at this. Which do you think we need to do for this? The first one's easy peasy. This is Monday's activity. I can do the top, or I can do the bottom. I think I'll do the bottom for this one. And now this shape here. How many squares do I need to colour in to show half? Remember, the white and the blue need to be equal. I could do it so it looks exactly the same as this one. Or I could do it a bit differently. As long as the white and the blue are the same, I've shown half, even when it looks like this. The white and the blue are the same. There are 2 equal parts. One part is blue, the other part is white. 2 equal parts, and I've coloured in one of them. One of the parts is blue. So half of this shape is blue. One of the parts is white. So half of this shape is white. I can colour in half of the circle. Can you think of another way to colour in half of this circle? Remember, the white and the blue must be the same, 2 equal parts. I'm thinking of one way. Will yours be the same? I'm thinking of the obvious way. Just like this. Half. Half of it is white, half of it is blue. 2 equal parts shows half. Some people might have done it like this. Was that you? Or even this side. Was that you? Or perhaps you did the top. Or did you get funky and do some diagonal? 2 equal parts shows half. I started with 2 equal parts. One of them is blue. Half of this shape is blue. If it helps you to imagine that these lines aren't even here, and you can split this shape straight down the middle, just like this one, so that you can clearly imagine that it is half, and you're not worrying about these lines here and here. Okay, the first part's easy. Here is half. How many squares do I need to colour in so that this shape shows half? 1, 2, 3. I can see by looking at this one, I've coloured in half. You could have coloured in the other half, like this, because the blue and the white are equal. 2 equal parts, and one of them is blue. Half of this shape is blue. Lots of different shapes to look at now. How will you colour in half of these? How many do you need to colour in for this example? How many do you need to colour in for this example? And how many do you need to colour in for this example? Let's look at this one first. I need to colour in 3 to show half, because 3 are blue and 3 are white. So the blue and the white are the same. The second example, if I colour in 3, the blue and the white are not the same. So I'm going to colour in 2. 2 blue, 2 white. 2 equal parts, 1 coloured in. And the last one, easy peasy, 2 equal parts, 1 coloured in. Each of these shapes has 2 parts. 1 part blue, 1 part white. 2 parts, and I've coloured in one of them. I've coloured half of this shape, and this shape, and this shape blue. Oh, now we're getting interesting. Have a think about these ones. You need to colour in half. This will be part of your challenge 2 today. How many slices of these pizzas are you going to colour in? Imagine you're sharing them with somebody in your house, and you each get half. How many slices are you going to get for each one? I'll give you a couple more seconds to think about it, especially that one in the middle. How many slices? Okay. Let's look at the first one. 2 to colour in half. The second one, we want it to look like this. We're visualising that straight line down the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4 this time. And again, straight line down the middle if we can. 1, 2, 3. It's not always that simple, because sometimes there won't be a straight line down the middle. If we look at this last example and we turn it like this, there isn't a straight line down the middle to find half. We would have to think about it in a different way to make sure that the same number of blue and the same number of white are coloured in. Let's check. 1, 2, 3 blue, 1, 2, 3 white. Yes, I've coloured in half. Okay, this brings us on to some examples that will feature in challenge 1 today. Your job is to circle half. If you don't have a printer, don't worry, I've got a suggestion for you a little bit later. Let's do these practice ones together. Which one shows half? Remember, we want 2 equal sides, 1 coloured in. Which one shows half? Decide now. The one that shows half is C. C shows half because it has 2 equal parts. The blue and the white are the same. 2 equal parts, 1 coloured in. When we look at this shape, B, we don't have blue and white the same. White is bigger than blue, so this cannot be half. And this one here, A, White is much bigger than blue, so this cannot be half either. So the shape that showed half was C. 2 equal parts, one of them coloured in. Which one shows half? Think to yourself now. I'm only going to give you 10 seconds. Okay. The one that shows half is A. A shows half. 2 equal parts, blue and white. And we've coloured in the blue one. 2 for blue, 2 for white. They're equal. So A shows half. B, we've coloured in the whole thing. If this was a pizza, I'd be eating all of it to myself. Whereas with this one, I'd have to share some of it with Miss Barnes. I definitely don't want to share this pizza with her because she's having all these pieces and I'm only having this one. So the one that shows half is A. 2 equal parts, one of them is blue. Which one shows half? Only 5 seconds this time. The one that shows half is C. 2 equal parts and one coloured in. The white and the blue are equal. Here they are not equal. White has more than blue. It is a bigger section than blue, and this one, there's an awful lot of white and only one section there that is blue. So our correct answer was C. A little bit more complicated now. You might have to count more carefully to see if the two parts are the same, if they are equal. Which one shows half? Now we can see that it's definitely not A. If this was a chocolate bar, I don't want to be the blue person, because look how much the white person gets to eat. B does show half. We can see 4 blue, 4 white, 2 equal parts showing half. C, nearly. It looks a bit like it could be until we count to check that they are equal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. C does not show half because the blue and the white are not the same. It is not 2 equal parts. Okay, here are your challenges. Let's cover up challenge 2 for the time being and concentrate on challenge 1. Challenge 1, you will find it on your class dojo. All you need to do if you have a printer is print off the challenge and circle the one in each example that shows half. If you don't have a printer, don't worry, in your maths book, write the number 1 and then write the letter that shows half. So number 1 could be B, and then go on to number 2. So you will need to look at the examples on Class Dojo, you don't need to print it. That's challenge 1. Challenge 2, a bit more effort from you on this one. I've given you blank shapes that start off looking like this, and it's your job to colour in half. Ta-da! If you don't have a printer, tell me how many pieces or how many squares you would need to colour in to show half of each shape. So for this one, this example A, you need to colour in 4 of these squares to show half of the shape. That way blue and white will be the same. You don't have to use blue, you can use any colour of pencil that you have available at home. That's challenge 1 and challenge 2. I'm also putting an extension on to Class Dojo as well for you to have a go at if you're feeling super confident after challenge 1 and challenge 2. Take your time and make sure you check that each part is equal. Otherwise, we aren't finding half. Have fun, everybody. See you soon.